afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on the road to Kharkov. We shall be watching in one side of this field, Stephenn fighting for the 2nd Infantry Division here for the United States, Stephenn of Australia fighting for America. Versus him shall be Ashran, here clearly having already gone Osttruppen, fighting for Germany, for the Reich. Taking on the role here of the 85th Infantry Division, tasked with holding up this vital road for the Reich's Panzers. And standing out here with the Osttruppen, apparently just gets to make easy infantry out on the field first. He could easily probably this stage follow up, looks like he's going for the infantry company and then some regular grenadier. An interesting number as well, though personally I would have gone for at least 2 Osttruppen squads before adding in some other regular infantry, and I sort of tried to keep them together so you could that way get the most out of their firepower together. Of course, that is merely my opinion. Instead, we're seeing some regular grenadier following up here, and all sort of commander was we're knowing sort of a bit here for the anti-tank guns and his infantry, and more or less the same for Stephenn, except there's also a bit for the grenades. Frag out! But while going up, sort of make a direct approach here for the cut-off point a bit more tricky. Rifleman rhyming there. Slow build-up forces otherwise. Focus up on the left-hand side so far. Good. The grenadiers also moving in there. The Osttruppen continuing their advance. A few Hilfswilliger. Though, of course, Osttruppen, I mean, could largely cover a lot of things. Again, the Eastern European volunteers. Well, in some cases they were actually volunteers. A bunch of them were also basically prisoners of war, but others were basically volunteers who joined up to fight for the Germans for different reasons. And could be different things. They could even be occasionally be police battalions formed up to sort of and suddenly thrust into the fighting. And occasionally it could even be Hungarian or Romanian troops who suddenly found themselves on the Western Front doing business elsewhere. For example, I believe there were Hungarian troops stationed in Denmark at one point. So that's a little fun thing. Oh, we got the Osttruppen moving ahead there. Port secured as well. He's securing the left-hand side so far. No signs of engagement between the players. Also known here, armor, airborne, and rifle. More or less standard for Stephenn. 3 riflemen there so far. Quickly take up in the building, sort of quick make a look here. There's anyone on the road here trying to outflank Stephenn or Ashran's positions there. So far, by the way, no sign on MG42. Keine schweres Maschinengewehr. There we go, first engagement, Pioneers opening up there on the rear echelon troops. Also moving ahead, rifleman ahead as well. Quickly vaulting over the also making a run for the building there. And there we go. John there all of a sudden finds himself standing face to face with Yuri. Taking a bit of damage there from the grenadiers as well. No, he actually pulls it back. I think he could actually done a bit more damage here to the rifleman. Ostrom doing a bit of damage there. Getting a few good shots there, but also he had the rifleman out in the open. Much better targets there for the Ostrom as the other riflemen get out of their line of fire. Fairly engaged, break up, grenadiers coming to fire as well. Pioneers could have flanked out, maybe opening up on the rear side troops. Armor chosen here for Stephenn. 4th rifleman squad on the way. He could also counter that, calling some assault engineers right away. But there you go, Ostrom got a good kill and already they're close to veterans who won. More grenadiers arriving so far, no heavy machine guns here for Ashran. Sneak up units there, slowly advancing up here, keeping the Ostrom in the building, sort of acts as a strong point. And there you go, adding in some assault engineers, so rather heavy infantry approach as well here from Stephenn. Just getting a bit outmaneuvered, and MG42 might have helped occasionally. He could also just call in another Ostrom unit to sort of quickly add in some further bodies to the front line here, taking up good position, by the way, in heavy cover, blinking the Germans, so themselves taking up heavy cover, rather than getting off some good shots as well. A bit of a dangerous move here he's making. He's trying to basically overwhelm here for raw numbers, but he very much risks. Oh, there we go, right in front of the broadside. That's not good, but at the same time, he did manage to do sufficient damage here with all these grenadiers. Of course, also the Ostrom finding a bit of support here. And we always hear flamethrowers equipped for Stephenn's assault engineers. Grenadiers are pulling back. Rifleman sneaking up here versus the Ostrom. A few good shots there. Partridge remaining in heavy cover, and there we go, we got the soldiers moving up there. The Ostrom will soon have to vacate the premises before they're flushed out like some kind of pests. Rifle grenade there, temperature was already checked up. Almost landed, not quite there. We saw the soldiers taking a few losses there. Close to death, but at the same time the Ostrom on themselves on a bad position. And there we go, flushed out. Players will have to fall back. At the same time, engagement up here between Riflemen and Pioneers. Pioneers still will lose out, sadly. And he might, in fact, have to fall back here completely. His men are already looking in a pretty bad condition. He does not want to lose several squads at the moment. There's certainly a chance of that. In particular, as Stephenn is slowly hooking around here, setting himself up on the retreat path. So he really needs to consider getting out of there quickly. Schnell! Zurückfallen! Ostrom as well. In fact, he needs to do that at the same time, so they might have a chance of drawing up some of the 5 of the Grenadier squad. Grenadiers still continue to remain here, covering the retreat, maybe holding up in the building, but at the same time setting up in a slightly nasty position for getting cleared out if they're not careful. Ashran rather pushing his luck maybe a bit there. And now getting overwhelmed himself like he previously did to the occupants inside the building. There's 6 kills. I mean, veterans, you won. You really should not want to lose them. 7 kills, but now have to retreat here. A very brutal series of skirmishes right here by this small cluster of farm buildings. And I fear the Grenadiers will not make it home. Only a sliver of health. Demo charge being made heavy already by Stephenn. He's really going in, all in. Ow, there we go. Got the Grenadiers and infantry loss already there. Taking up down here for Ashran. A light mechanized company. Considering the overall situation here for Stephenn, he could consider a light scout cavalry sort of strike at Stephenn's infantry. He might actually be able to do some serious damage that way and actually force Stephenn further back. So that could be a very good idea to consider for Ashran. In particular, considering the way his sort of forces are extended and low on health, also the amount of manpower is actually invested into this. Again, we're seeing 4 rifle squads and an assault unit. He's not going to be getting something right away, I think. So Scout Car could certainly punish Stephenn a bit for such a heavy infantry approach, though, of course, that is merely my opinion. And instead, we're actually seeing the officer out. The officer. Going for the cut-off point, he needs reinforcements. Schnell. It seems like instead Stephenn's actually moving most of his forces towards the right-hand side instead. So he's shifting a bit there. Bit of a, not entirely something I'd recommend. But there you go.
Listen up, fellas.
Got the Ostrom, got the Pioneers moving up to support the field officer. Grenadiers moving up the left side. Or the right side, I mean.
A capture point is under attack.
Ambulance inbound here for Stephenn.
Boys, you ready to roll out? Steady up, fellas. I got orders coming.
Might want to keep the Grenadiers covering each other just a bit. Negotiation troops encountering a large German force, a very large, angry German force. All a bit quiet over there. Liaison troops in a bit of a slight problem. They could get cut down on the retreat. In particular, since most of Stephen's forces are currently back at base, getting liaison forced and healed up. Slow approach here, apparently waiting for the light machine gun grenades to cover them, so they just remain here, keeping the point neutral. That's also one way of achieving something. Panzergrenadier up here for Ashran. Panzergrenadier. There you go, forced out in the open. Taking a light damage. You could still consider maybe some scout cars of some kind. But at the same time, the longer he waits, the longer the chance something arrives. Oh, never mind, there's a company command post on the way, which of course means the captain. Though even then, I think a scout car early on could have provided a bit of pressure. Oh, we're actually seeing trenches going up. He's using trenches. And Stephenn might actually have a bit of trouble dealing with that since he hasn't got flamethrowers to really deal with it at the moment. So that's not necessarily a bad choice. I mean, the trenches probably have a bit more use versus the Americans than the Russians due to the total lack of Molotovs. Quick grenade there, forcing them out. Holding up positions here as well. In the trench, these guys don't need to go away. Zurückfallen. Come on, Ashran. He might lose them, he might lose them. Scheiße. And there go another machine gun holding up here in the trench. Covering the retreat of the other unit. And we know Stephenn is going to have a bit of trouble dealing with that. He can actually probably try to focus down the assault engineers, since they're the ones with the flamethrower. There we go. Assault unit getting quickly gunned down. Almost wiped out in fact, and there we go. A trench successfully overcomes a large American force. Victory for German shoveling. Got another trench this time though with the Ostrom inside. Panzers with the assault officer could actually make a good assault if he uses concentrate fire alongside the Panzers when he charges in. Demo charge happens to make this building not very welcoming for Germans. Panzer up there coming up, obviously worried about any arm out here from Stephenn. Panzer is moving up here. Assault officer arriving, not the assault officer. You really should use concentrate fire. Gabaldi Laden worried he would use it building, but actually that was not the case. Stuart light tank being sent in to support the infantry division though. And there you go, concentrate fire appears. Getting a bit more of the Panzers there. At the same time, they're not quite close. He probably should get them to heavy cover. Also a bit closer to the rifle, sort of do some serious damage to them, I think. Grenadiers continue to remain here. More troops moving ahead. Pioneers as well now for the flamethrower. A Flammenwerfer. Additional Grenadier. And I think he's already in fact trade. Oh, a ton of munitions here for fuel. A fuel munitions. The other way around. So that should certainly also increase Ashran's chance of getting more firepower on his men. He could also then lay down mines to sort of further make things unpleasant here for Stephenn. Stuart light tank doing the can here, rather than advancing up. Ostrom holding up in the trench. Panzerkanone firing away for Germany and to glory of Germany. Gap moving up, coming to fire. Captain here though, quickly being forced back with the grenadiers by that machine gun. Sneaking about here, using basically the grenadiers to keep the Stuart occupied here for as much time as possible, it would seem. Might want to get them out soon enough though. And there we go, Stephenn's infantry fall back. Popping over here to Ashran. 3 Grenadiers, 1 Panzer squad, 1 Ostrom squad, some Pioneers, and now a 4th Grenadier squad. Of course, we've also got the Officer. A part of me suggests with all this munitions that besides, you know, maybe laying down some, I don't know, mines, he could also consider laying down, for example, a command bunker here to actually create a forward reinforcement position. That could certainly make it a bit more difficult for Stephenn to basically push through. So that could also be a small fort there. Of course, Panzer strikes now for the Panzers might help here with the Stuart light tank abound. That could certainly make things a bit more difficult. Tell mine, does Stephenn suspect? Does Stephenn suspect? Maybe he doesn't. And he's setting up, oh, a demo charge here by the trench. Clever work there, clever work there. If the Germans get into it, they're going to get one hell of a surprise. Oh, shot went off there. Crew reacted a bit slowly. Maybe had their faces too down in a bottle of scotch or bourbon. The soldiers are getting pushed back.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Rifle grenade. Pressure is sort of trying to make an assault along several fronts. He's here though with the main assault up the centre. Minor efforts there on the flanks. Though we already now see some light artillery here for Stephenn, applying pressure here towards Ashran. Interesting, interesting. Now instead he's shifting over to the right flank. Oh, don't take up positions in the trench. And he's moving up the Panzer Grenadiers. Then again, it's the trench actually. It has a chance of actually letting the occupants survive of getting wrecked. Oh no! No! Oh, there we go. Panzers did have a slight chance of surviving, though not a lot. Well, probably because he was the farthest away in the trench. Oh, that's just terrible. Also, me getting overwhelmed as well. The Captain Rifleman moving in. That was just a horrible blow. They lost the Pioneers and 2 of his squads were otherwise mauled. Not a good day there for Ashran. On the other hand, he can in theory project an awful lot of firepower versus his opponent with 4 light machine guns. So if you can never check correctly, you can actually cause Stephenn a lot of harm and drain his infantry a lot. We also see S-mines here make moving at certain points more difficult. I'm surprised he didn't do it here, for example, here. Oh, and the pack under fire from Rifleman. That's bad, that's bad. Scheisse. We got the Stuart moving up here. Nothing to support and hold up here. Oh no, I think that was a misclick. He accidentally called smoke in on his own base.
We have lost a pack gun.
And the pack got cleared out. Poor Ashran, what a waste of munitions and life. Certainly struggling here versus Stephenn at the moment. There we go, the pack running up in the Stuart. Shoot, Dietrich, shoot! Yes! Stuart light tank up, but not before it wipes out the squad! No! Ashran is not having a happy day here. Well, his men technically isn't having it. Keep up pressure here though. 2 light machine guns bearing down on the Precision plus Panzerschrecks. Ultimately forcing the black buggers away.
We are ready for action.
Stephenn got quite a large amount of manpower and fuel. He might be saving up for something like, say, the Shermans. 105mm. Which point Mr. Ashran might be in a bit of trouble.
Contact! Shoots in here. Awaiting orders. Attack crew is ready.
As long courses advance, Ashran could consider taking up. Though he's going to be really bold, he could consider taking up to phase 3 and aiming for a Panther. That might surprise Stephenn a bit here. Infantry gun getting off a good shot there. In theory, anyways.
How can we help? AT gun here. I think we have their attention.
Trench position. Demo charge there as well. I mean, Stephenn was really sort of been thorough with the demo charges here versus his opponent.
Attack crew is ready.
Shot. There we go. He got the field gun entirely. Demo charge almost taking out a unit.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Closer to getting the pack howitzer, but sadly the assault unit is quickly cleared out there. Otherwise, that could have been a good heist there for Ashran, securing himself a piece of light artillery to strike down those naughty Americans with. But Stephenn would have none of that.
Withdrawing fire and awaiting orders. Enemy is now out. Excellent. I await your orders, Commandant.
Assault here versus the trench. The gun is doing what they can. The officer might want to help with concentrate fire. Panzer is joining in. And the assault, there is a very swift retreat there from Stephenn in the face of such opposition. Meanwhile, the Ostrom here fighting a very lonesome fight here on their own versus 2 Diamond Squads. That's not really going to work out. And there you go. Sacrificing entire reaction unit here on the pack out. He must feel himself too insecure and actually getting otherwise, so he actually sacrificed a lot. And there we go. We're actually seeing a Wolverine out. He must be worried about his opponent getting some armor out, otherwise he wouldn't get this. He must be concerned, probably not aware of how much is being traded out towards fuel, and also how much manpower is being spent. So that's an interesting thing there to note. Now the officers in the trench. Grenade on the advancing Americans. Sadly not enough infantry, and interesting enough, no heavy machine gun so far for Ashran. Putting useful in the trenches. An awful lot of light machine guns here. And rifle grenades, but again giving up the territory here in the process. Ashran does seem a bit too quick to give up terrain in some cases when there's some he probably should be doing more to hold. It does make it easy to sort of Stephenn sort of break through and take things back. When Ashran keeps sort of running back and forth across the map. At the very least he should consider at least one maybe heavy machine gun maybe in the trench or the CoH2 part. And there you go, 105mm Sherman. No packs, no Panzerschrecks to cover it. Getting rather lucky he didn't lose an entire squad here to the Sherman. So right here things are about to get a lot more ugly for Ashran and the 85th Infanterie Division.
Opponents are seizing a sector.
So slowly advancing under fire from artillery. Stephenn quickly reacting to the assault on the right flank. Much weaker, of course. The pack, though, is quickly pulled away. That's a good move there. And the Ostrom Molten need to go away before they're getting utterly annihilated there by Stephenn's sheer amount of firepower. Not entirely sure what he's intending to do here. Do see grenades up here from Stephenn, in fact. Oh, that was lucky. That was really lucky. Over here. Oh, actually, time for the mid-game analysis. Currently chasing the ace for Ashran. He's under a lot of pressure. He's got tons of infantry. He's got a lot of guns. He's got packs and all such. But the problem is he's basically overextending it a bit. He needs to focus on a small amount of territory initially. That way, sort of slowly push back steam with some casualties before expanding and further solidifying things. He's also got tons of munitions, so you might want to consider some more mines at the very least. I mean, S-mines, Teller mines. In particular around here, could do a lot to slow down any advances from Stephenn. In particular, might catch the 105 million shown, making it a bloody easier target for the rest of the men. So that would be a good choice. Another thought here is he might, in the longer term, try to sort of take up and aim for a Panther. I mean, considering how Stephenn's sort of investing now to M10s and 105 million Shermans, a well-handled Panther could actually do Stephenn quite a bit harm under the right conditions, but he is supported by some Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadiers there with a Panzerschreck. So I think that could be a good move there for Ashran to consider. Looking over at Stephenn, on the other hand, he's also got plenty of infantry. He's got captains, assault gears, lots of rifles. He's got artillery, anti-tank guns. That's something to consider. He's also got the armour advantage at the moment. So he's definitely got a bit of an upper hand there versus Ashran, though that's not to say he's got completely immunity versus whatever Ashran can do. I mean, in particular, the infantry is vulnerable versus those like machine guns, and even the armour, if he encounters the Pack 40s and Panzerschrecks under the wrong conditions, could do a lot for him. That's not to say completely bad things. I mean, he's also got smoke screens which can certainly help his assault as well. And he could even consider, oh, he's already taken up to grenades, which also means smoke grenades. Right, we saw that actually, so now mind. But smoke grenades as well could be used to sort of deny usage of the anti-tank gun. So there's a little thing there that, of course, Ashran also needs to be more cautious of about now. Of course, Stephenn is certainly no slouch when it comes to smoke. At least deploying it. That is something very much to keep in mind there as well. Stephenn, of course, might want to sort of back up, but then again, he's probably going to rely on the M10 and the anti-tank and sort of deal with any heavy armor threats if they do appear. And of course, so far there's been no sign of it. So he might even this things a bit down there. Otherwise, we should keep up the pressure and maybe lay down some more demo charges to catch his opponent's infantry in. In terms of damage, they're actually quite equal now, though we do note Stephenn's actually got quite the kill advantage, probably due to the demo charges amongst other things, so he's got a bit of a head start there. So it's also good to keep in mind. But let us return to the fight here, let us return to the fight.
A capture point is being overrun. They've dialed us in.
There you go, straight into the Pack 40. Quick! It's a Panzerfaust! Pack 40 might have a chance to quickly turns about, there may be a target weak point as well. Another Panzerfaust. And there we go, target weak point, veterans E2. Oh no, cleared out just in time as his infantry move up from support as well. He might try and get off a Panzerfaust here to the rear, knock it out finally. Rifle grenade. Oh, a bit too far. Sherman went down though.
A medium tank was just lost.
So there we go. A bit improvised, but in the end he got the Sherman and left it cooking.
A capture point is being overrun.
So that's one problem less here for Ashran at the moment. One problem less. Oh, crushing infantry here with this tank destroyer.
Crowds show 300 points on their line.
That's quickly cleared up. Panzer's moving up there. Tank destroyer forced away. There you go. Howitzer cleared out again. If he had some Ostrov, he might be able to. Could easily use that to grab it while the infantry covers the rest. The Ostrov, though, seems more interesting in crewing the Pack 40 here. He's downlaying everything into that, and we're seeing he might call in some artillery here. The Schwerer Artillerie, the railway gun, Schwerer Gustav. Close shot there, close shot there. That could have knocked out the anti-tank gun completely and sent it out of the game. I'm not entirely sure why he called it in there. That's hardly a problem for at the moment since he's got no armour whatsoever. Sadly, no attempt at getting the pack out again. I think that could help Ashran here a bit versus Stephenn, at least deny Stephenn his artillery. Stephenn, though, is quick to strike back. Yosum continuing to fight here.
Sherman Dozer is ready
Seems like he's pulling everything into the right hand side, sort of hoping to make some kind of gain there. Less force on the left flank. Might want to advance up here. We go to light machine guns. We've got another 1 and 5 minutes shown on the move. Smoke grenadiers actually cover up things, so let's give them more time to secure the point. Pack 4's moving out. Bit too late though. Might want to cover up. Oh, there we go. Nice grenade on the guns. They actually moved closer to the smoke there. Good. Nicely predicted actually by Stephenn. I had something on spotting for. I don't know. Pack 4 needs to stop up now though. Stop. Stop. Ah. Close call there. Close call. And now again shifting rightfully towards the west. And very aggressively we see Ashran sort of shifting out axis of attack all the time, which is certainly making it a bit harder for Stephenn to sort of quickly lay down something that resembles a defense as well.
A capture point is under attack.
Veteran D2 on the officer. Officer.
Sherman dozers have reached the front line.
We're taking land over here. Orders.
Right from there getting checked from several sides there. Stephenn apparently a bit intent on sort of causing a bit of havoc. Not sure why Ashran isn't getting into the cover. They're getting them their bonus instead out in the open, getting grenaded, and overall not doing a lot of good. So I think that could be handled there a bit better by Ashran. In fact, he's just wasting men, which is a bit silly.
Button down the hatches. Guard set.
Men intent on still pressing up the right flank here, keeping the packs close though, leaving on the pans goes over the pan strikes. There we go, assault closing in. Trench precision here as well. Ready to shoot down any Americans. Got the tank destroyer here, and we got the panzer strikes there.
Area secured. Keep the get ready.
We're losing a capture
There we go, Bravo coming fire from 2 grenade squads like machine guns. Well, the grenades in the trench continue to up, but it's like they are getting out of it as it collapses. And there we go, we actually saw Stephenn losing the entire infantry squad.
Orders.
And we got a heavy artillery barrage going down as well.
T-42.
Another shot from the railroad guns. And the evil tree goes down.
point is being overrun.
More demo charges, and looks like he might recruit that pack out again. Oh, nice shot there in the Ostrom. Never mind. Pack 4s were not nearby. Though the Sherman did take a bit of damage. Can he get it? No, does not look like it. Bit of a shame there. Laying up a new trench. The old one not really safe anymore. That's also one way of doing it. Should be a bit more careful though about those demo charges.
They're sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being
He
captured.
does seem to have a slight tendency for taking them a bit lightly, which is a bit unfortunate. Got a bit lucky there, Mr. Ashran.
Task complete. Crew ready.
More
Rounds are
telemines up
taking
here.
one of our points.
Ashran not giving up, pushing up here. He's actually getting back a lot of ground now.
Lock her down. Here it comes.
Stephenn's armor pool on repair. Oh, set off the demo charge. That was unfortunate, but some S-mines here. Maybe a telemine here or there could do quite a bit of good there, I think, for Ashran. Trying to further slow down the enemy armor. I mean, if he's really going to trade all of his munitions or fuel for munitions, you know, he should consider some more mines at the very least. Some more defense, in particular something to sort of deal with the American armor. Then we got the entrenched position there opening up. Ashran making good use of them, certainly showing how effective they can actually be versus the Americans, it would seem. And that's always nice to see, though. There we go, we got grenades on the Pack 40. Yes, then looks like another unit wiped out there for Stephenn. He's actually beginning to self-hit, and there go rifle grenades as well as the captain. Almost got the entire unit. There we go. Captain forced retreat. Following up here with another one, 5 minutes Sherman. Stevens is sort of slowing down. He's actually getting pushed back now more and more seriously. This turn is starting to look a bit unhealthy there for Stephenn and his men, though mostly his men are getting absolutely massacred. Another trench here covering. We really should pull out there, though, or at least get some anti-tank weapons nearby to support as well, but it's certainly not without its merits. More telemines going up. He seems to be ignoring the left side for telemines, though. Oh, never mind, never mind. Oh, they're coming under fire, though. Need retreat. I'm not sure why he keeps pulling out those anti-tank guns. I mean, again, he could consider up a command bunker here close to the front line. Though, of course, the might just getting knocked out, so causes that. There you go. Sherman under heavy fire. Pack 40 Panzerschrecks. Veterans you want. Panzer's gun is almost wiped out there in a vicious return volley there from the Shermans. But there we go. Sherman almost down. Can they get it?
Sherman dozers have reached the front line.
Oh, it looks like the Tillermine got wiped. Oh, there we go. The Ashran troops there. Still, he's managed to gain a lot of territory. He's getting a lot of the victory points as well. If he was to make a decent push here with some anti-tank guns and infantry, he might be able to get this clearing out the trenches. No intention of using them, no intention of hanging over to the enemy, and apparently no intention of demo charging them.
Troops are good to go.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Stephenn could consider upgrading his riflemen with BARs, though. That could be an option. That could very well be a good option.
Troops, stand by. Crew ready.
Sizable infantry force on the move. More mines up here, and oh, inadvertently placing down a trench near a demo charge. More telemines there. And laying down a smoke screen before advancing. Good, good. Nice idea there. Again, another sign there of Stephenn Smarts laying down a smoke screen before the assault. There you go, Panzer going off there. Damaging on one Sherman, though. Infantry taking heavy loss. He needs to pull back there. They've got tank destroyers charging in as well. Panzer is doing what they can here. I think contrary fire might have helped a bit here. Sherman taking a lot of damage, not enough anti-tanks or anything to support there. He should have considered that, but they've got artillery strike going down on the entire thing. Could he maybe get some of the armor, at least damage it heavily? Oh, good lord. Rather brutal engagement right there for Ashran. In fact, over to Ashran again. Needs to get that infantry back in the fight as quickly as possible. Sadly, there no sign of checking up. A part of me again would have think a single panther could have done quite the difference for him, but still, he's falling down. He's using the fuel for something interesting. Lots of mines, though you might want to consider more telemines as well. As they're the ones that also, to some extent, are doing a lot of damage outright at this moment. Not so much the infantry, but the Shermans with the 105mm guns. So how will Ashran deal with this?
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Yeah, can't say I like this kind of sort of horde assault there. And there you go. Spotted right next to the trench. I imagine the assault's going to be kaboom. Captain there, wiped out on retreat. Small victory there for Ashran. Good use of thorough using that of those minefields. There we go, rifle just encountering, but again, you know, all to make himself an easy target here. Both for grenades, but it's appealing for this German, so really should be spreading out his men more instead of clumping up, because that's only going to make things really easy for Stephenn an assault there. Back 40 assault needs to move up to cover here. There's like going to be an armed assault going in any moment now. And there you go again, striking in. Infantry will have to fall back. Pack 40 is nowhere to be seen. Ashran does seem to be lacking a bit of force. There you go, squad wiped out. Scheiße. What are you doing? There you go, Pack's owning up, Panzer X flying as well. Convict firing again, might be an idea, but that was all munitions spent. Pack 40 here not covering much, well. You might see one Sherman go down though, and a light machine gun left behind here for Stephenn. That's very bad news there for Ashran. Oh, and the other one should have been closer there. Could have probably knocked out at least one Sherman again. I mean, he's not very good at keeping his anti-tank guns close to his actual infantry when it comes down to it. I mean, he's keeping it way too bad. They should probably each time be pulling up right as it happens, sort of keep, and then maybe even set them up sort of only shooting at tanks just so the surprise doesn't get spoiled. So then when Stephenn rushes in the armor to counterattack, he would get caught in a well laid down anti-tank gun fire. Instead, what happens is after this thing's already going wrong, he pulls up the packs, in which case there's not really much to draw the Shermans in, and for that matter, even then sort of not coordinating the packs properly. So there's a bit of a problem there. Now it seems like he might be trying another solution here. Panzer goes with Panzer X. A bit risky though. A bit risky though. Plus he managed to get one of his... Oh, he's calling an Ashran to also maybe help recruit the packs. More mines here. He's really fortifying their flanks so he doesn't have to leave it with much. Just too bad there's one gaping flaw in it, and also more interestingly, he's not mining the central roads. I mean, most vehicles will in general try to take the roads when it comes down to it. So really should consider something along the lines here. Little tip there. Looks like we got the packs, not tanks or tanks, but packs probably lined up. Now you got the armor moving up here. Oh, and he got the entire Panzer squad in one shot. Even getting the Ostrom were close. Ah, scheiße. Again, he needs to stop clumping up his troops so much. I have no idea where he got these terrible tactics from. And there we go, though. Excellently done again. What does he do? He lays down a smokescreen here, charges his anti-tank guns forwards. Ashran is might be a bit desperate. He's making mistakes. He's moving his anti-tank gun forward to try and catch his Germans. And he's actually exposed. He's getting the infantry killed. Panzer is wiped out here. A huge... He did finally get one of the Shermans. One of the Shermans is down. But otherwise, the losses he's taking in the process just to get one Sherman are utterly catastrophic. He's lost 2 Panzer squads, Ostrom, Grenadiers, up 2 Pack 40s. It's an utter mess. An utter catastrophic mess. In the end, he made a series of rather critical tactical mistakes, which rather make things easy for Stephenn, but that's not to say Stephenn just, got away with luck. I mean, again, the act of laying down the smoke screens really committed Ashran to making those mistakes, and that was also a good job there. I mean, you have to attack across open ground you really wanted. Okay, then do what Stephenn does. Lay down a bloody smoke screen. I mean, that's good. I mean, that's the, at the very minimum thing you have to do if you want to attack across such an open ground. Lay down smoke screens. Absolute huge thumbs up to Stephenn there. Absolutely huge thumbs up.
We have new resources available. The enemy is taking our territory.
Minesweepers there as well. Good, good. I mean, Stephenn's really coordinating his assaults well. I mean, he's not just doing this half-assedly. There we go. The trench got wiped out.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
All to be careful about placing all your telemines too close to each other. Though it's a surprisingly long range you can actually spot them on. Quite frankly. I know. Either way. Utter massacre here. Utter massacre. Heavy loss there to Ashran and the 8050 Infantry Division. After an otherwise stalwart defense, the counterattack utterly failed as it got counterattacked by a man who knows how to lead an assault. Oh, there we go. Telemine cooked up one of the Shermans. Well done there. I mean, it's not like Ashran's completely dominant. Certainly, I mean, I think that while the Telemines certainly do less damage, I don't think it was a good move because now they're just more affordable, and still, even if you don't get it, they still render the damage and heavily damaged, an engine, and the vehicle can barely move. So, I mean, that's good. But I mean, very sort of massive mine. I don't think I've ever seen a player being so absolutely thorough with the mines. The problem is, though, And that, I think, is also the issue. He only mined the right half of the side, you know, thoroughly, when he probably should be more focused here on the more closest in where the resources were. So I think that was, if you will, a slight mistake there. A bit of mistake there. But otherwise, we mean some nice mining there. Some nice tactics overall here used. I mean, great fight. Almost got it. Ashran's Grenadier moving forwards here.
Territory is out of contact.
Well, Ashran is in a dire state here. And so far, they're failing to make much of an impression.
Railway artillery primed and loaded.
Victory point's not looking good either. His forces artillery extend now. He's just charging his anti-tank gun again.
Our territory.
Shedding more fuel for munitions. Packs cleared out, and it's getting wiped out. It's utterly falling apart here for Ashran at the moment.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And we note here there's noticeable difference here in population between the two, which also says something about the state that Ashran is currently in. He has suffered crippling losses at this stage, I would say.
We are losing a sector.
Another barrage. And the riflemen gaining the light machine gun certainly wasn't a good thing either.
New units are ready to deploy. We have a fresh grenadier squad.
They're setting off the minefield as well.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. The enemy has broken our supply lines. A new grenadier squad is ready. We are in a dangerous situation.
Ostrom being mustered at again. Sherman being repaired here. He probably doesn't feel threatened since he's doing that close to the front line.
We have new resources available.
And again, what does he do? He clumps them up.
Artillery support.
I mean, that's really where the Sherman just shines up. Large clumps of infantry. I have no idea why Ashran continuing. I suppose at this stage he might just be, you know, giving up a bit here. But it's only making things easier for Stephenn and his crews. Another unit wiped out there, utterly annihilated. There we go, another unit almost rolled up. Veterans who won here for the Sherman. And the rifleman will probably finish off the one lone survivor. Oh, except he gets the hit on the rifleman instead.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Oh, and then over to the demo charge.
Losing Soldat. The enemy is taking our
And this looks like an utter collapse of the 85th forces in this sector.
The sector has been cut off.
And there we go, surrender from Ashran, retreat from the 85th, and a victory for the 2nd. A very brutal fight here, very interesting sort of heavy infantry play from Ashran using Ostrom more or less to its full extent. We saw trenches actually being used and actually doing quite a good job. Officers, he could have done better with the officers. Ostrom could also play a bit of a larger role. We saw redistribution, we saw artillery strikes, and we saw recently well played there by the infantry. Also, we saw tons of mines. I don't think I've ever seen more mines than in this match, and certainly a mix of mines as well, making it difficult for just Stephenn to barrel through, losing several tanks in the process. But at the same time, I think, you know, again, he's a bit too focused on here and here in that regard. You know, in particular, the 10 mines here were too close to each other. He should have more here, in particular, more S mines here. And that's certainly part of also make more, you know, bunkers as well. But overall, I mean, some nice, interesting play. The problem was just the time again. Partly too much resources here being based in terms of munitions, but also some other mistakes here. Again, a lack of coordination between the infantry and the anti-tank guns, and a tendency to once the Sherman began hitting to basically lump together, which is basically the opposite of what you're meant to do. So some mistakes, and also the large big mistake there was here when the Shermans came rolling forward and he had their packs right. He charged into it instead of pulling back once the smoke came, sort of trying to draw them in. So that could have been done a bit better as well. A part of me would also like to see him maybe just try to aim for some Panthers. I mean, just some Panzers. So I think that could also be an option. I mean, I'm not saying he shouldn't have gone for this, but a part of me would have liked to at least consider that. So there's that. I mean, Stephenn, you know, did also pretty well. A bit heavily handed there on Collins. Again, had a Panther right. He could in a bit slight trouble there in some well-handled armor. So, I mean, not fully perfect there. His infantry then also began running into some issues there. Still like machine guns up. He could have considered some upgrades for them as well. But always good use there. Good use of smoke, good use of grenades, good use of minesweepers. He didn't forget that. He also constantly shifted around. He tried his best to keep his opponent off balance. But again, when things, you know, push came to shove, he at least used smokes. I mean, really large thumbs up there. A lot of players just basically charge ahead into enemy fire, where Stephenn just basically said, well, you know, I could, you know, obscure enemy fire with smoke. So really big thumbs up there and a big hand to Stephenn. Definitely something I could easily suggest a lot of players to learn from. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed today's fight. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you some ideas for your own matches. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send any friend or friend some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers and thank you all for watching.